Take flight, we gather together, chasing the night. With every flow, we aim for the bull. Scottish lads, wisdom making our hearts full. So grab your darts, let's find our love.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Scottish Lad Darts channel. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing a set of darts that I actually seen back in September, way before the release at the Unicorn launch. And it happens to be YouTube Sensation, the darts referee Jack Langston darts, and what a lovely looking set of darts. You'll see them better when I get into the close-up, but standard black barrel. It's a nice ring grip at the front. Nice bit of fine micro grip or ring grip at the back, if you will. The Unicorn gripper 4 stems and the darts referee flights alongside those volute points. Very Adrian Lewis-esque dart, so to speak. A mix of obviously new school and old school in terms of styling. The grip at the back, grip is part of that for me. Given that's where I grip, it's also where Jack grips. It's always going to be ideal to have grip at the back for myself. The volute point, sticking the board brilliantly. Not had any sort of issue with them whatsoever. There's enough grip on this for everybody, at least in my opinion. So even at the front, it's a reliable ring grip. I don't find it too slippy. It just seems to sit very, very comfortably in the hand. Now, these are 90% tungsten, and as I said, manufactured by Unicorn. And they're going to retail for $69.95 from all major retailers. I'll leave some links in the description for you to go and take a look at. But as it stands, simple dart, fantastic attention to detail, and obviously Jack Langston being the biggest YouTuber there is, and one of the key reasons I get into doing YouTube as well for darts content. So big thank you to Unicorn for sending me these out to do the review, and hope you enjoy it, Jack. You're a great guy. Met you at the Unicorn launch for the first time, even though I've spoke to you hundreds of times and before that. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's crack on with the review. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a nice close-up look to the Unicorn darts referee Jack Langston barrels, with the supplied stem and flight, of course, and the volute points. These are 90% tungsten. Very much so like Adrian Lewis style dart. Bog standard ring grip at the front, as you can see there. Overall grip level for the front, I'm going to give it a 2.5 on a scale of 1 to 5. Got a wee bit of spacer here with the Unicorn logo and the darts referee logo, which actually looks pretty well on a dart, if the darts referee wouldn't say so himself. Then at the rear, we do have a finer ring cut, as you can see. Very much like the grip you get on the Luke Littler barrels, for example. The white Unicorn gripper 4 stems, and the darts referee Unicorn flights, which appear to be the big wing. We also have the black volute point, as you can see, the nice groove going around the point. So it does help the dart stick in the board really well, and avoids any ripping any size out upon retrieving your darts from the board. So let's run you through the barrel dimensions. So this is the 22 gram model. So for the 22 gram, the length from here where the point meets the barrel, here where the stem meets the barrel, is 51.5 millimeters. The 24 and 26 gram dimensions will appear on the screen just now, and the width of the 22 gram is 6.4 millimeters wide. So if I remember rightly, it is very similar to the dimensions that are on the old Adrian Lewis barrels. Adrian Lewis being, of course, Jack Langston's favourite player. So for a rear gripper, plenty of grip at the back. Front to middle gripper, again, plenty of grip. You're holding right in here in this smooth section, you might be a wee bit unflat. Even then, you're getting a wee bit of grip at both sides. The gripper 4 stems in white, can't really go wrong. And obviously, the traditional darts referee flights that he's used for a pretty much the entirety of his journey on YouTube, actually. So these are going to cost you $69.95 from all major retailers. I'll leave some links in the description for people to go and take a wee look at. And obviously the fact that Unicorn has partnered up with Jack Langston is absolutely phenomenal, and they've brought him out such a nice dart. The black just adds a touch of class. Now, I do actually really like these in black. Silver would have been great as well, obviously, but with the black it just adds a bit of sleekness, doesn't it? So the volute points, as I said before, stick in the board really well. In terms of barrel feel on point, balance point will probably be more kind of central, centre weighted straight barrel, as you can imagine. I'm really just digging this dart, to be honest with you. I've used Adrian Lewis darts before, and in terms of general feel, that is just genuinely how they feel in my opinion. So I've given you a quick rundown of the dimensions. The 24 and 26 have appeared on screen already. I'll get them up at the end as well. So what we'll do now, folks, is we'll take the Jack Langston Unicorn darts over to the dartboard. We'll have a wee throw with them, and we'll see how I got on with them. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I have the Jack Langston Unicorn darts here. Let's see how we got on. A very nice looking 140 straight off the bat. Now, me being a rear gripper, having that grip at the back of the dart is absolutely phenomenal. .140 to 17. Anybody else relate? I think everybody does that. But yep, definitely good level of grip, especially at the back. I'm going to say overall at the back, it's a very subtle level 2.5 grip. Maybe even a 3 at the back. Your ring grip very similar to what you get on an Adrian Lewis dart at the front. All in all, I'm going to give it a very adequate level 3 grip on a scale of 1 to 5. Right, done a bit of warm up. We'll try some checkouts with them. So we usually start with 65. I'm going to mix it up and we're going to start with 64. Both tops left. There we go. So they're flying really nicely. The balance is on point. I would actually use a shorter stem if it was myself, but I used the supplied setup today. Right, so we'll do some switching. 20s. Now that for me is usually the kind of dart I'd use to switch anyway, so down to the 19s. And up to the 18s. The 19s for the 18s is something I usually do struggle with in terms of the switch, because it is a big switch. But rear grippers, as I said, very adequate level 3. Front to middle grippers, you've got that standard ring. So let's try that. Again, very subtle 2.5 grip. All in all though, level 3 as I said. Now, based on what I would have to say as an Adrian Lewis style dart, because obviously Adrian Lewis is one of Jack's favourite players, but the rear grip does remind me of the Luke Littler darts, for example, just because it has that rear grip. Right, so what we're going to do now is try and get 3 into the bull, and then we'll get wrapped up. We'll get 2 in the 25, so we will take that. Let's go get wrapped up. And there we have it, folks, and what a set of darts these are from Unicorn. Honestly, probably my favourite of the free launches so far, just simply because I've got the ideal amount of grip at the back. The darts themselves are absolutely stunning. The setup does need a few tweaks, I'll say that, but definitely a set of darts I would definitely consider using going forward. The grip at the back is plenty enough for me to use. The ring grip at the front is ideal for front to middle grippers. Bit of a smooth section, but again, you're getting the best of both grips there, so it still works. The stems are a bit too long for me personally, because normally I use a short or extra short stem depending on the barrel. For this barrel, I'd probably say a short. The volutes, perfect kind of length I'd like to use. The flights, absolutely stunning. $69.95 these retail for, and in my opinion it's really well worth it, considering it's the classic barrel profile, same as Adrian Lewis's, and as you can imagine, very popular barrel design. So if you're a Unicorn fan, if you're a Jack Langston fan, or even if you're an Adrian Lewis fan and you've always fancied that kind of style of dart, these could be the darts for you. But definitely fantastic set of darts, nice and simple, you can't go wrong with it, it's going to just work. So These are available in 22, 24 or 26 gram steel tip. The dimensions are on the screen again if you want to take a look at the different dimensions for the 3 different weights. Overall, in terms of overall rating, the grip, how they look, everything else, I'm going to give these a 9 out of 10. And that probably could have been a 9.5, maybe even a 10 if it was a black stem, just because obviously the black would just look that wee bit better, at least in my opinion. So what I'm going to do now, folks, is wrap this up. So don't forget to like the video. Check out the Darts Referees YouTube channel if you haven't already. I'm pretty sure the majority of you already have. Check out the Unicorn Darts website for all Unicorn products going forward. I'll leave it in the description if you're going to take a look out that. So thanks everybody for taking the time to watch the video. Stay safe out there, and of course, keep on darting.
It's our passion, keep on dancing.